All right, Transformers 2 is here. Is it going to be the big hit of the summer?
Well, arguably, yeah. I mean, there's not really much else that can touch it. Star Trek, obviously, was brilliant and very successful, but apart from that, I don't really see anything getting anywhere near it, really.
This isn't my war.
I fear it soon will be.
Although I have to say, I'm not at all excited about this movie. I didn't really like the first one that much, and I mean, I get it's going to be bigger. It's you know, it's got some people who are supposedly hot property at the minute.
Does it matter, in all frankness? Does it matter if it's a good film? I mean, in terms of box office, does it actually matter?
Absolutely not. With that brand awareness, if you like, they could do pretty much anything, so long as it sort of looks like Transformers. I mean, it doesn't even really look like the Transformers we grew up with. Ravage, what's that? It's a collection of wires. It's not.
What does everyone think of Megan Fox? Because my opinion of Megan Fox as a person has been really turned in the last few months. That I thought she was very plastic, and then I've read a few interviews, and like she's actually such a smart, clued up, sort of wisecracking attitude
really
girl that she's really turned me around, and I'm actually quite looking forward to seeing her in this one now.
I think she's likely to be set to be quite a big star. I mean, I have to say I'm not a massive fan of hers. I mean, I think she is quite charismatic.
Is that a girl thing, though?
I think she has an appeal for men that perhaps she maybe doesn't have for women in the same way.
Although, you know, in the first film, she was very much, for want of a better word, the totty. It was a robot movie. It was Shia LaBeouf's big action breakthrough. But now they're almost on an equal footing, LaBeouf and Fox. Although, are we forgetting that Shia LaBeouf, I mean, despite his recent troubles, you know, he's a very good leading man, arguably one of the best we've had for years. Is he that good?
I mean, I thought he was all right in Indie. I thought he was all right in Disturbia.
But he's really good.
That's crazy talk.
He's all right in Disturbia. He's not that.
Indie,
I mean,
yeah.
I think Vanity Fair famously declared him the new Tom Hanks, but I actually think he's the new Michael J. Fox. I think he's very likeable in what he does. I think he makes it look effortless.
It always feels like he's acting to me. With Michael J. Fox, there was sort of, you know, he was just naturally likeable.
Yeah. He was incredibly charming, wasn't he?
Shia, just it feels like he's really putting an effort into being likeable.
What I like about Shia is he's got a slight sort of street vibe, and he feels quite cool, but at the same time he's quite geeky as well, and it's almost like the two sides rub up against each other and create a real friction, and it's quite interesting.
It's funny, we interviewed him recently, and he was very guarded. He's clearly had some experience. But you interviewed him before the first Transformers.
Guide to Recognising Your Saints, when he'd grown up in Disney films. He's always been in the business, but no one knew who he was. Did this small indie film, so I was meant to have 20 minutes on the phone. I was on the phone for 2.5 hours, and he was just brilliant, telling me his whole life story, swearing every other word, no media training, just everything about his parents, his upbringing. He's like, and he's brilliant. You interview him now, and he seems so damaged, almost so guarded. And
because I interviewed him for Transformers, and it's just absolutely no fun whatsoever, no charm, charisma there, really.
It'll be interesting to see if that translates on screen. I still have high hopes that he's,
I do.
You know, I think he's very charismatic. Sorry, Rosie.
No,
but I think he's really good to watch, and he has a certain something that a lot of his peers don't have.
See, I don't really agree. I would always go for someone like Jesse Eisenberg, who's in Adventureland Crossing. I think he's much more likeable. I think he's just much more charming.
He's more mannered though, Jesse Eisenberg.
He's really less mannered. I find I think LaBeouf is too kind of. He's trying to be cool too much and trying to be too
I think
street.
That's familiarity. I think familiarity is making us less excited about him. So you don't like Megan?
I don't mind Megan.
Don't like
I don't mind Megan Fox. I think she's fine. I think Shia is overrated, and I think this is a big robots movie. And so if you want to see big robots, I think you're going to be happy. Well, I don't. so there you go. But, you know,
I suspect when the summer's over, you'll have been in a minority on that, possibly.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
OK, so to round up, Transformers, is it going to be the biggest hit of the summer?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. The only thing that can sort of touch it is Star Trek, maybe Terminator Salvation.
Rosie?
I think Star Trek is going to be the big hit. I think probably this could be better than Terminator Salvation.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't think it would be the best film of the summer. That's probably going to be Star Trek. I think it would be the biggest in terms of box office. The only film bigger would be Harry Potter.
No, I think Potter's pretty trustworthy in terms of box office, isn't it? I'd be very surprised if I enjoyed it as much as Star Trek, which I think is the summer hit that you've got to recommend, really. But I'm sure it'll be massive, Transformers.